Hey friends, and welcome back to the Daily Burk. Today we are talking about how to network and build relationships with people who are higher status than you. Now, I hate this term higher status because it implies that people aren't created equally. And in the totality of yourself, right, you don't derive worth from your salary or what you do, etc. You derive worth because you are a human, right? So now that we get that out of the table, let's talk about those situations, those dynamics where somebody does have a little bit more power in a situation, maybe an industry or a company, etc. And you want to build a relationship with them because obviously building a relationship with them will help your social capital. It's good for you. You think maybe you've got something to offer, so it's good for them as well, but it's hard to do in those scenarios where the power balance isn't equal. And this is where the phenomenon of multiplexity comes into play. We've talked about it before on the Daily Burk. It's this idea in network science that there are different contexts for connections. Some people are only connected because of one reason, others are connected because of multiple reasons. And those people with multiple contexts for connection, those multiplex ties, you build a deeper relationship faster with someone, but they also give you more reasons to stay connected. And in a power balance scenario, they give you more context in which maybe it's a little bit more equal. So maybe as you look at that person that is a higher status in the organization or in the industry or whatever, and you find out more about their likes, their habits, their hobbies, etc., you find a reason to connect with them outside of this arena where there's a power imbalance, and you build a relationship there first. I'll give you an example of this because I realize this is kind of all complicated, and I threw out an SAT word like multiplexity, etc., which is probably my favorite SAT word, by the way. So a number of years ago, I was looking to build a relationship with a guy who was just genius at book marketing. He's a good guy. We have a lot of mutual friends, and so I wanted to, be friends authentically with him. But let's be honest, it would also help me. I have a lot to learn about book marketing. Still do. By the way, have you bought a copy of Friend of a Friend? We'll put a link underneath. But anyway, I wanted to learn a lot about that. Now, I have nothing to offer this person in that world, in the world of publishing and books and marketing, whatever. I have no expertise to offer. I could sort of be a test dummy for some of his ideas and content, but really, I'm not the type of person that could provide good feedback. I was just getting started in my career. But eventually I learned that he was really developing an interest in the sport and the martial art of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, which I've been doing for more than a decade. I have a black belt in along with a black belt in judo, and there was a lot that I could teach him. And so we developed a relationship sort of in parallel. He would talk to me about concepts from book marketing. I would talk to him about concepts from jiu-jitsu. He would look at my marketing copy or content and give feedback. I would look at matches of him competing in jiu-jitsu tournaments, give him feedback. We had this symbiotic relationship, not in the same sphere, but because we had this multiplex tie, we were able to create value for each other, but in two different domains. And that is ultimately where this multiplexity tactic works, is that you can provide value to that person that can get reciprocated into value of you. You just do it in two different domains. It only works if you start looking at the totality of that person and find maybe a different context in which to connect where things are a little bit equal or maybe even unequal but in your favor, and you can provide value to them that over time gets reciprocated. The way to network with people that are a higher status than you is to look at them and the totality of them and find a multiplex reason to connect with them. That's where you're going to build a deeper relationship faster, and that's where you're more likely to build a reciprocal relationship, generating value for each other over time. Thanks so much for watching the Daily Burk today. Let me know what you think about this strategy, this tactic, or maybe if you just need to know how to spell multiplexity, because if you type it in a comment below, you're going to get auto-corrected. Let me know what you think about that. While you're there, make sure you're followed or subscribed, because we're posting new episodes every single weekday. So if tomorrow is a weekday, we'll see you tomorrow.